Then I just want to share my screen again. So this is the example of bicycle class, and the next slide is a mountain bike. It extends the bicycle. That means, okay, you just stop working. You will submit your code to the Google Classroom. I'm creating an assignment for you so that you can submit the code. Okay. Then let me complete the slide for the inheritance. Okay. This you see, the mountain bike is extends bicycle, so that the bicycle is the super class of the mountain child class, and mountain bike has its seat height, because the bicycle doesn't have any seat height property, because the seat height is another property for mountain bike. Other than seat height, all the property can be used by bicycle, from bicycle. So this is the constructor of mountain bike. That is, I want to create the constructor, like I need to transfer, transfer the gear and the speed through this mountain bike constructor through the super method. The super is the constructor of the super class. This is the super is the constructor of super class, and this within this parenthesis I can send the value of the gear and speed, so that it will be set the gear and value speed inside the bicycle class here. Okay, so this way you can transfer through your mountain bike constructor and through this channel, the super constructor. Okay. Then this is the local variable, like this the instance variable. Okay, the mountain bicycle has the getter setter. Okay, the setting the value. Okay, and there's this print twisting. Okay, nothing else. And you can test this bicycle, this one. Okay, no problem. Maybe it's okay for all. If you have any questions, you just ask me if you have any confusion. Other than, I will go for the next slide. This is already done. Then the types of inheritance. There are three types of inheritance. One is single inheritance, that you already practiced. The single inheritance means only one children you have on the one level, single. And multi-level inheritance. What is called the multi-level? That means that child, then father, then grandfather. So we can inherit from our ancestors, all our ancestors. And class A is the grandparent of class C. So class B is a parent of class C. So this is called multi-level inheritance. And the number 3 is hierarchical. Like one class have multiple direct child classes, multiple children classes. Okay, so so even there is written as a multiple inheritance not supported in Java through class. Multiple, it's a multi-level. The number 2 is multi-level. Multi inheritance is not supported. What is that? This is the multiple inheritance. What is called the C is inherited from class A and B. Cannot be possible. Because it will be an ambiguity. What is ambiguity? Like if you see this is single inheritance I have already done. This is multi-level inheritance. Like animal can have child, the dog child, and the dog is extends animals. And after that is the baby dog. That means baby dog is extends the dog class. So you see, when I declare a baby dog object, it can it can also eat, because eat method is come from animal, and the bark method is coming from its immediate parent. And the whip method is baby dog is whipping, that's why it's its own method. So it's a baby dog D can have the all the access, whip, bark and eat. So this is a multi-level inheritance. And now the hierarchical inheritance, you see, like I shown you, from the person I can inherit, person can be inherited from student, also from the employee. So this is called hierarchical inheritance. Okay. And why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java? Like I have two base class, one is A and B, and if I extend in C, you see in C class I extend two classes, A comma B. That means I want to inherit from A and B class. You see, A has a method named message, and B has also the same method. So if I call this method from C, because it's inherited, which one will be called? But logically, which one should be called? Because the C, you see the C, I'm creating a C object. The object or message, which message is called? Is it hello or welcome? Which one? Pika? Which one? Which method, which message will be called? Because I have two parents. C has two parents. So two parents from A and B. A has also message and B has also message. So if I inherit these two classes at the same time in C, if I call this object.message, which one will call? Either one? No, this is an ambiguity. This is an error. You cannot do this this way. So this is called the multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. To reduce the complexity, to simplify the language, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Consider a scenario, this I already discussed about this. So just I'm showing you as a compiled, sorry, not this one. If I want to create another class, like what is called new class. I want to put the internship, okay, in TERN, intern. So intern is also student and also employee, isn't it? So intern has should be two parent class. So XTENBS Then I want to put employee, comma student. But the thing is, you cannot, you see, you cannot use this type of things, because if I have the same method in the class, like public void show, just like that, nothing else. But I'm just giving the message MSG. Okay, hello. Hello, okay, no problem. And I will just copy the same method and put will in the here. So if I declare this intern, you see there is a problem. What is called? This is the syntax error. You cannot do, because the compile time Java is capturing these errors. You cannot have the multiple methods. So if I want to declare this class intern here, intern, okay, intern I equal to new intern. No problem, it's okay, but I want to see I dot, should be message, isn't it? Should be message. But thing is, if I want to compile this one, there is a problem. What problem? It shows unsolved compilation problem because of intern has multiple inheritance. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Either one you can put. So multiple inheritance is not possible. If you have any question like this, multiple inheritance, you can say that this way. You have to because of what is this? The default constructor. Because of the default constructor. Now is problem with the default constructor. Student has the default constructor. So I need to create this one by creating. Oh, there is no parameters. That's why it's not good. So one thing I can do, public intern method. Okay. Inside the intern method, I will call super. But super has maybe parameterized constructor, isn't it? That's why it's not calling. So what I need to do, I need to create int id and then string name by passing this one id and name. It's okay. Now it's become okay, but the thing is you have to submit this to then Eka is going for internship. Okay. So now it can be happen, no problem. It's a hello. So this is why the multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Then important facts about inheritance. The default superclass that I have already discussed on that. Superclass can only be one, mandatory. That means multiple inheritance is not possible. The inheriting constructors, that means when you subclass inherits the all members of fields and classes, and from its superclass, the constructor are not members, so they are not inherited by super. the subclasses. But the constructor of the superclass can be invoked from the subclass. And the private member inheritance by, how come? The private member from getting and setting. Inheritance from getting and setting. Okay, then what all can be done in subclass? You just go through this one, and I'm not reading one after another so that you can understand.
Excuse me, sir. For your mountain bike class, can you go your mountain bike class? That yeah, here. So in here you in the last three line you say the override public string to string return super dot. I didn't get it, that one, that super.
Yeah,
And
that super.
the override also, that one.
Yeah, that super dot toString means I am also getting the toString method from superclass. Superclass has a string method there. You see, the superclass is bicycle. Bicycle has its own toString method. So I'm getting this return also from here, so that this super dot toString will return this no gears and number of gears equal to this speed bike. This string will return from this toString. So what basically I have done is I override. Override means this method already have in superclass. I'm creating my own one, a specialized one. This the same name. That's why I need to put override. I will discuss on this in polymorphism.
Okay, sir. Okay, that's why I'm a little bit confused. This one for new things.
Now, superclass is already same. The super. I am using this super. So super dot means the superclass method. This dot method name means the method I am using inside this. Okay, and then the seat height equal to seat height should be this dot seat height here. So this is the object of this class, and the super is the object of the immediate parent class.
Okay, sir. Now I understand.
Sir? So what basically the difference between the protected one and the private one?
Protected and private. Oh, protected means, okay, have a share encapsulations, access modifier, where is my access modifier? Access modifier, this one. Have I shown this method? See, there is a 4 types of access modifier. One is private, default, protected, and public. So private is totally private to inside the class. Nobody can get access, even from the children also, because the private property of the parent, like knowledge, you cannot inherit the knowledge from your parent. Default is only for the inside the package. Default is only for the inside the package. If you don't put anything, the private or protected or public, just integer data, it will be default. So default can be accessed through inside the package. So you see, I am creating an app class that has private property, but inside the simple class, I'm just want to use this method. There's a compilation error because the object.method is this method is private, totally private. You cannot get access from the outside world. So this is a private, and there is the private constructor. Oh, okay, I'm just showing this. The package, you see, the package, this void is nothing is mentioned, the private or protected or public. So by this is called default. So this method can be used can be used the class inside the package, like where is my code? Like I have the PMIs package. If I don't use the employee, intern, person, students, all 4 classes in the same package, that means in the same folder. So if I omit this one, like if I don't put the private here ID, what will be happen? It will be default. So for this ID, the person can be easily accessed from the employee or like a thing is that I'm calling this super dot. You see ID is shown here because it is not protected, it is default. It is default. That can be. But if I want to go super for name, no, there is no name because it's totally private. But if you want to go in the what is called the super is my person. Okay. If I want to create a person class, an object, person P equal to person P equal to new person and P dot, you see, no ID, nothing is showing because this is default, but the app class is another package. The app class is in another package, but you see the employee student can have this access because of this is default. That's why it's X. Understand? For the default is accessible through the package. Understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, where is my slide? This one? No, this one. Okay. So that's a default access modifier is get access from this package. See that this package is only pack, and this package is my pack. It's a different folder. That's why it's compile time error. Now then the protected. What is protected? Protected is only for the child-parent relationship. The parent, if you have the parent like hello, the class parent class, and I'm extending the app from the hello. So parent has the protected void message. This is the method, protected method. So protected method, you can have the message from the app class because you are the child of the hello class. So things like this, if I want to have the protected method in where, maybe I have the protected method, the work. I have already shown you. The work cannot be visible outside the class, even outside the publicly, cannot be accessible publicly. I cannot use this method directly from WLK, and no work is there. But I can use this work method inside the class. You see the work method is there. So super is nothing but the object of the immediate parent class, and this method is the object of this method. Okay, now maybe protected is understandable. The public is totally public. Anywhere else you can call. So this is the understanding all the access modifier. Private is within the class only. Nothing will be accessible from outside the class. And the default is yes within the class, yes within the package, but not outside package. The default. The protected within the class, okay, within the package, okay, but outside the class by subclass only. No outside the package anywhere. The public is every can get access.
Sir, what does it mean by outside package by subclass only?
Outside package the subclass only. That means outside package the subclass can be outsider. Subclass can be outsider. Like I want to create another package, like where is a package called SMIS. Okay, not I should SMIS like that. Okay, I should not create this package like this. I want to refactor and rename. PMIS. Okay. Okay. Now instead of SMIS, I have the SMIS. So I should put this SMIS here. So SMIS have the student class. So now, if I go for what was my concern? This one, the outside package only subclass only. That means the default cannot be accessed if it is subclass also, because the default is can be only within the package, but the protected can be used outside class also, outside the package also. Now you see from the outside package, my student class have the same access. This will work. There is no errors. That's why it's called the outside package by the superclass, by the subclass only. That is protected, but you see within this package also can be accessed. But outside class also the package, but protected is only for child class. Understand? So there is an example here. So this is access modifier. Any other question?
One more thing, sir. Is it because today we use getter and structure? So is it because of private?
Getter and setter.
Yeah.
Yeah, getter and setter we're using for encapsulating this one, because this ID is totally should be private, must be private, because the property must be private. If you put public, that means anybody can make harm to your property. Anybody can get or set your data. So what basically you need to do, why I'm putting the getter setter. So getter setter is a method, so that it's it's a plain method. You can put if condition, whether it is not integer type or anything, okay, not less than this. Yeah, I shown you. Okay, the employee ID EMP, the employee ID greater than 0 should be greater than 0. And then I can at least do this time, so that you cannot set the negative value here. Okay, you can write code to protect your data, but if it is this public, anybody can do anything, whatever they can. They want to crash the system, they can. It is possible. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe inheritance is almost done. Then what more I can teach you? This keyword I have already shown, isn't it? This keyword. I have already shown this these slides also. Constructors chaining. What is called constructors chaining? Show slide. Now go for this. This is this keyword. This can be a lot of uses in Java, this keyword. In Java, this is a reference variable that refers to the current object. So this is a reference variable that is denoting or pointing to your object, this class object. Okay. So this dot state, this is variable. This dot behavior, that is our methods. So this has here given the 6 uses of this keyword. This can be used to refer the current class instance variable. This can be used to invoke current class method. This within the bracket, this with bracket can be used to invoke current class constructor. This can be passed as the argument for this call method, and this can be passed argument to the constructor call. And this can be used to return the current class instance of the method. So there are 6 ways you can use the this. But suggestion is that if you are a beginner of Java, look only the 3 uses of this, the first 3 one, because this one, this 4, 5, and 6 you will understand later on. Okay. So this is referred to the current instance variable, that is SLC. This is already used. This is roll number equal to roll number. It doesn't mean that this roll number is what. This one is this or this. So this roll number should be used like this. Okay. This roll number is roll number. This is this roll number. This parameter value is coming from here. And this dot roll number is tends to this parameter, the instance variable. And display. Okay. Still you can use the only the roll number, name, and fee. It should be used. It should be used this dot roll number like that. Okay. It is better approach to use meaningful names for variables. So we use same name instance variable that parameters in real time, and we use this keyword. So rather than you just renaming the thing. Okay. R is not meaningful. N, what is N? And float F, I don't think so. The F is what is it? Fees or fine, I don't know. But from the real world, the naming should be the same as it is the meaningful. So it should be the roll name, roll number, should be the name, should be the fees. But this roll number will be this dot roll number is denoting that this roll number is the instance variable. Now, when you to invoke the current class method, like the if I want to okay, from this okay, this dot main, so this dot m means I am converting. When it's compiled, automatically this, if you omit this it automatically is compiled in this dot m like this. If I omit this, like I want to where's my student? If I want to get this message from here, okay, from read, Or if I want to get this read method from here, hello then read, R-E-A-D, still it will work, but it's not showing that it is really which method is. But if you put this dot, it is totally focusing on which basically this read method. So if you omit this one, if you compile the Java, the class file will be automatically this dot. That is showing here. So when you compile your Java code, this M, only the M, there is no this, but after compilation, this dot M will be automatically denoting. Okay. Then you see that this method not the same as like this, same as this, but you should put this method, this dot M. Then invoke the current constructor. I have already seen this and this parenthesis. Okay. If I want to send from here this 5, that means it will call this constructor. This may be all about from this, but I'm not going far than 3. I'm not going to 4. Not this past argument as this. Okay. Later on, I'll show you this. I will show you. So this is all about this, and another class I will show you. What is that? Not final today. The static. What is the static? Well, static Q. No, not super. Oh, Java static keyword. No, I will show you the super first, not static next day, because it will take some time, because static super is very short and it is already discussed. The super keyword. The super keyword in Java is a reference variable which is used to refer immediate parent class, that I have already told you. Whenever you create the instance of subclass, an instance of parent class is created implicitly, which is referred by super reference variable. So uses of super keyword is super can be used to refer the immediate parent class instance variable, and the super can be used to invoke immediate parent class method, and super with parenthesis can be used to invoke the immediate parent class constructor. This is very simple. So what is that? The super is used to refer immediate parent class instance variable. See, I have an animal class like color. Color has its property. So in the dog class, I'm extending the animal class, and you see the string color is also has its own dog class. But there is two same variable, isn't it? Same instance variable. Whereas the color is in animal class and the color is in a dog class. So if I want to put the color, the color will come from this dog. It will show the black. But if you want to print the color of your parent, the super.color will be the parent class method. Okay. So when you print the color, it will show the color black and the color white as well. And the super can be used to invoke the parent class method. You see, I have animal class has the eat method, and from the eat method, the dog also has the eat method. So which eat method basically I'm calling inside my work method. The super.it means this method, eating. And if I just call only eat, it will come from this, the eating bread. Or if I call this.eat, it will be directly I'm using this method to denoting that this method, this it method it called. But if I use the super.it method, it will come from this animal class method. Okay, and the super you already shown. If I use this super with parenthesis, that means it will be a constructor of the immediate parent class. So it's all about the super keyword. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Regarding super and this. No, so far none. Okay. So it is considered that you understand. In the next class, okay, carry on, Kant.
It's understood in the slide, but not in coding as well.
Which one?
I mean this one and the super one.
Super.
Yeah.
Or is it in the class? I'm checking. Super.
I mean, sir, it's like I do understand in the slides, but not in the coding.
Oh, in the coding.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't understand the coding. Okay. Slide you understand, but coding you don't. The keyword, from the you see the real use. This ID and name is in the parent class, like person. And now EMP is extending the parent. Okay. So the float is salary. So what I need to do is a super within the bracket. That is, I'm reusing the parent class constructor. I'm calling the parent class constructor in this way. Understand? There is a constructor that is parameterized constructor. I have this is ID and name. The parameter is ID name. So if the employee must have to have this super within bracket ID name need to be transferred the data to this, so that your class, your object, when your employee object will be created automatically. Normally the person class object will be created. As it is because of the parameterized constructor, you must have to have the super method, this constructor method, this line. Okay, so seems like in my class, if I have the parameterized constructor here, not this one, that means it is must to create the super parameter within the see super way. You see that now is the error. What's the error? Because you need to have the constructor at least for the sake of super class, the person class, because without parameter you cannot create instance of the person class. That's why when you go for the employee class or the student class instance, you must have to have the super, at minimum super constructor to call this one. Okay, understand the super as a constructor. Now And this one is super is used to call the parent method. Understand? So if I want to go for this super dot, if I go for this super dot id, if it is not private, then can be solved. Or if I want to get the set method set id by sending id, can be also, I'm calling this method, okay, id. So super is used to denote the parents class object. That is shown in here, okay. This is number to the parent class object. Super can be used to refer the immediate parent class instance variable, parent class method, and parents class constructor. There are three ways you have communicated the super. So one, the parents class constructor, parents class normal method, parents class instance variable. So what is instance variable? What is instance variable? Do you understand instance variable?
Is it instant or instant?
Instance.
I have no idea.
Instance means the object. Instance means the object. I am declaring, I am creating an instance. Azkal is my instance of the student class. So it's the same name, the object or instance. That means the object is instantiated. It's called instantiated. Okay, instance. So as because the object has the scope of the variable like student, student has these properties. Student has this property. This property is totally different from other instance. The value of this student ID, if I declare another instance like copy and paste, we say another called Eka. So I'm calling this Eka. It's 2 and this Mr. Eka. So this instance, Azkal is one different instance, then Eka is totally different instance. So Eka.id and Azkal.id is totally different. It's totally different. That's why it's called the instance variable. This is the instance variable. This student ID is an instance variable. Its scope is each and every instance have the different value. Each and every object of that student class will be different value of student ID and the university name and the program name. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's why it's called instance variable. If it's a common value of the all students, that should not be instance. Okay. If I tell you, okay, if I tell you like this, I want to create another instance, another constructor using total. Okay, from total, I need to generate this one. You see, automatically the super is generated. Why? Because super, that means the super class of this student class has only parameterized constructor. There is no default constructor. That's why it's automatically is creating. But before that, see, if I want to instantiate like the setting the value from the university to the program through this constructor, like now I want to create from Eka student ID 1, 2, then it's to AIU, then say CAC. So I'm calling this constructor. What constructor? The second one. All the parameters, and it's only the one parameter, two parameters, and those parameters only for the superclass, and these parameters only for me also. But the thing is, what is that? If I want to copy this one or up to this, for Azkal also, but Azkal has the different ID. But Azkal also has the same university. So again and again, if I create 16 students instance, everyone have the same university. So I will discuss on the common value of the all instance should not be instance variable, should be in different variable. So all others, the ID should be instance variable because each and every instance should have the different ID. But the university name, maybe for the Al-Bukhari International University, all students have the same name. University name is AIU. So why should I put all the time only the university name is for each and every student will set the university name AIU and AIU. So I will put in different type of variables so that the common type variable, so that each and every student will share the same name. Okay, but not today. So this is called the instance variable. Now that means it's considering for each and every instance should have different name. I can have a for ECA is different university. UUM can have because the instance variable. Then any other thing for your understanding for super. Now in the code, can you see? You can use super as a constructor of superclass of the parent class. Constructor of the parent class. You can use the super to call the parent class method. You can use the super to use if I put public, then you can use is a super dot id. See, now you can give the value directly. Understand? But I will not use this super for the variable name. I will put private. So far so good. It's okay. Next week, I will go for a quiz. So far, I have taught you. So next Monday, we'll have a quiz. Okay?
For how long, sir?
Sorry?
How long? I mean, hour for quiz. How many hours?
1 hour.
Okay.
Within the class, you have to write down your answers and submit it.
The question type, sir?
Short question, very short question, code based. I'll give you a simple scenario so that you can create, write down some code. The The topic will be so far the class, object, inheritance, this keyword, super keyword, constructor. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, then we can adjourn today's class now.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.